NATR. So there is nerve, median nerve, A artery, then T is the tendon of the biceps, and R is the radial nerve which is appearing here. Okay, so NATR. So this was your cubital fossa. Okay, then after cubital fossa you are having the anterior compartment of the forearm, which is here. Okay, so I told you you are having superficial group with 5 muscles. So place your palm on the medial epicondyle and you direct your fingers like this. The first finger is on the pronator teres, next finger is on the flexor carpi radialis, third finger is on the palmaris longus, which goes to the palmar aponeurosis, and little finger is flexor carpi ulnaris. So pronator teres, flexor carpi radialis, palmaris longus, flexor carpi ulnaris. This is your superficial group. Now when you remove this superficial group, you will see intermediate group, which is this muscle. This is your flexor digitorum superficialis, also arises from the medial epicondyle, and here it passes under retinaculum by dividing into 4 tendons. Each tendon is going into the fingers, and in here they are showing mode of insertion that it divides into 2 slips. So these are the 2 slips of this tendon, and the gap which is between the slips gives passage to this tendon, the profundus tendon. Okay, so this is your intermediate group. Okay, now you remove the intermediate group.
Doctor, is this mucocontinuous cutaneous nerve?
This one is your ulnar nerve on the ulnar side, and if you remove this, underneath you will see the median nerve. So the neurovascular bundle of the forearm is located, it is sandwiched between flexor digitorum superficialis above and flexor digitorum profundus below. So if you take the superficialis out, you will expose the neurovascular plane, and in the center you see median nerve, medially you see ulnar nerve, okay, laterally you see radial artery, medially you see ulnar artery. So this whole of this neurovascular plane is located between superficialis muscle and profundus muscle, and this muscle is profundus, which will again go under the retinaculum, divide into 4 tendons, and its tendon will pass through the gap between superficialis and inserted in the distal phalanx. When you remove that muscle, then you will have muscles for the thumb, which are your flexor pollicis longus, okay, the pronator quadratus, and you are having one more flexor. There are 3 muscles: flexor pollicis longus, flexor pollicis brevis, and the pronator quadratus. Okay, so 3 muscles over there, which are not shown in this particular model. So this was your anterior compartment. Now if you go posteriorly, you see the posterior compartment. Here there are superficial group, very small muscle at the top. This is anconeus. Okay, then you are having muscles on the border of the foot, on the border of the thumb, the lateral side of the forearm, which is this muscle. This is your brachioradialis, extensor carpi radialis longus, and extensor carpi radialis brevis. So all the 3 muscles are in the lateral side on the thumb side. This is your superficial group. Remaining superficial group muscles are extensor digitorum, which divides into 4 tendons for going into each fingers, and it is having extensor carpi ulnaris on the ulnar side over here. This is your superficial group. Then the final group is the deep group, where the muscles are distributed only to the thumb and index. So this is your abductor pollicis longus, which abducts the thumb. Next is extensor pollicis longus, which extends your thumb, and then extensor pollicis brevis, then extensor pollicis longus. So abductor, pollicis longus, extensor, pollicis brevis, extensor, pollicis longus. Three muscles here, and one more which is going to this tendon which is going to the index. This is your extensor indicis. So all the deep groove, 4 muscles of the deep groove. So now you can see on the models, they are there. Excuse me. This is of course the same plan like this one. So you are having 2. It's the same thing here. So now you can see right from there the lungs, the mediastinum, tracheal ramification, axilla, arm and forearm on both sides. If you have any question, you can ask.